Oh yeah, in Dublin, I was horrible. They hated me. I actually had two, but I didn't write about the first one.
What? So just you just bombed?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's funny because I went back the next night. I had a great set, and towards the end, I realized, hey, some of this stuff was actually doing great last night. Overall, the set stunk.
Yeah,
it just was one of those where people were going instead of laughing.
Sure,
literally,
never a good response.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I opened with 3 diarrhea jokes in a row.
Right.
And I think that was a mistake.
Okay.
Like, really front-loading the set with diarrhea.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a room-splitting subject.
It's not a way to win over a crowd who are possibly indifferent.
Not generally.
And also slightly aggressive because you're American.
That's
so you've already got to win people over.
I think that my own crowds in the States, because most people that come to see me know who I am and are eager to see me, so I think they've carried me a little by letting me open with 5 minutes of diarrhea material.
Sure.
But it was an important set because it made me realize that the diarrhea jokes weren't honest. I felt they were funny, but they really weren't from the heart, the diarrhea jokes.
Not from the heart, certainly.
No, they were good.
Yeah.
Best diarrhea jokes you'll ever hear.
You don't want to give them to us now, though. We have to come and see you.
No, I'll tell them to you. I don't care.
How offensive are they for Sunday afternoon?
I already said diarrhea 4 or 5 times, so it doesn't
well, yeah, but the word diarrhea is not that. It's problematic. It's whether you get particularly graphic.
I don't get and actually I've ruined the first one because it's a surprise. Is that the joke's about? Because I say that I went to a pub where their bathroom was very small and they didn't have toilets. They only had urinals for the men, and luckily I had diarrhea, so it wasn't a problem. But also that they didn't have toilet paper, so I had to use that hand blower thing and just sort of bake it on.
Sure.
And then as people
you very much split the room here,
right,
Louis?
And then as people are reeling from that, I say, I actually do have diarrhea right now. I'm not sick. I have some in my fridge in a jug. It's the difference between the two meanings of the word "have" is that I'm not stricken by diarrhea. I possess it. About a gallon.
Yeah, and
so those 3, in case somebody like a neighbor wants to borrow some diarrhea. Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So those are 3 jokes that I'm proud of.
Yeah, do you know what?
But they're not true. I don't have diarrhea, and I didn't go to a place where there was. I did go to a place where there was only a urinal, but I didn't diarrhea into it.
I'm looking forward to finding out how my gran reacts to this show, because she does listen every week.
Oh, does she really?
She listens every week.
So she'll talk afterward and she'll say, I wasn't fond of the fellow with the poop jokes.
Yes, because my grandmother is Dame Judi Dench.
Yes, she is. I don't care.
Sure.
You're all the same. And then she'll probably be upset that I didn't do something. Why didn't he ask the ladies if they had some toilet paper? Like, she's probably going to complain that I didn't problem solve better.
Sure, she's going to look through the logic of it. Yeah.
That's what your grandma's like, right?
Well, this is slagging off my gran. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal. You've been listening to a lot of Pulp, haven't you, Louis?
Yeah, I do listen to Pulp a lot.
Great, you'll love this then.
Oh, great. I'm excited.
Louis C.K.'s musical choice.
Yeah.
Pulp, Common People. Yeah, he's very much down with the kids. We're talking to Louis C.K., American comedian. Somewhere I heard award-winning. It seems not difficult to win an award.
No, you
comedy.
can always win an award.
So are you award-winning, or?
I did, enough for being a comedian.
Right.
It was for saving a lot of lives.
Sure.
The Congressional Medal of Honor. And the George thing. I just learned that on Richard and Judy.
Yeah, we should point out, you may have caught Louis on Richard and Judy's programme. Judy was away.
So
recovering from knee surgery or something.
Spice.
So it was Baby Spice, the obvious choice to interview a sort of abrasive American comic.
Well, the guy before me was a war hero who fell on a grenade to help his friends. And it was weird to watch because it was an incredible story, but he never really got to tell it. Because first, the Richard guy kept just trying to guess at what it felt like. He didn't just say what it feel like. Did it feel like this? The guy's like, kind of. I knew it. How about this? Did it feel like this too? And then they had an expert there, a woman who was an expert on bravery, and they asked her, while the guy sat there, what kind of a fellow would do such a thing. And she explained very dryly what it was like to jump
to be
on
a brave person.
Yeah, and the guy sat there just kind of tapping his toes and going, okay.
Yeah.
Glad I could be here.
And then it got kind of sticky towards the end of your interview when he slagged off Chris Rock.
Yeah, they mentioned Chris Rock because they asked me if where I won an Emmy, and they knew where I won it on the Chris Rock show, but they made me say it so that he could go, oh, Chris Rock. whoa, that Chris Rock, and sort of shake his fists and get angry. And I didn't understand why. They explained to me afterwards that he felt Chris was rude to him when he was on the show.
Right. It's good to see that he's been able to move on beyond that, you know, as a talk show host.
Yeah.
Let that go.
Yeah, I don't think Chris actually, like, stood up and said, you know, screw you or something. I think it was just a vibe he got.
Right, okay.
And he's still carrying it, which is crazy.
Let it go, Richard.
I think so.
And because I'm very excited to come and see the live show, looking for free tickets.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be crazy for me to
I'll
pay.
see what I can do.
See what you can do. I'm not sure yet. When I'm going to be available, but you've not really performed over here before. Why now? Why have you suddenly decided to come over?
I used to do clubs here back when I was a young fella. I used to come here and do like the Comedy Store and stuff. I always loved working here, but then I had kids, and it's hard to make trips overseas when you have kids. So, and I always had TV shows and stuff that I worked on, so it was hard to clear the time.
Yeah.
But now I'm divorced, and so it was easy.
So she's got the kids.
Yeah, and actually I'm going to see the kids in a week in Italy, but. Yeah, so this was the time to do it.
And what do you do with yourself here? Because you look like the kind of guy I imagine. Is it cocaine and hookers most evenings?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Do you mean you've got that look?
Just
I don't think anyone would be surprised
cocaine
if you were found dead in a
piles
motel.
of
No one
hookers.
would be surprised.
No, they wouldn't be.
But what's your how do you occupy your time? Are you as misanthropic as I imagine you are?
Yeah, I'm pretty. I don't.
Socialize?
No, I don't. And I've had friends that have said, "Oh, I have a friend in London who can show you around town." And I can't think of anything more disgusting to imagine than some person I don't know going, "Hey, let's go over here now."
I had to go to a wedding.
Let me go back to my room so I can masturbate and fall asleep.
Sure. I had to go to a wedding, and is this a tradition in the States?
I had to go to a wedding. Nobody goes. I got to go to a wedding. I got to go.
Sometimes you
no,
do.
I know, but that's how everyone thinks of it. I had to go.
Exactly. But do you have this tradition in America where sometimes people feel that it would be nice to not just let you sit on a table with your friends, but to put you on a table with relative strangers?
Right.
So you've got to force conversation, like they sort of feel like it's our special time, we found each other, maybe you'd like to meet someone, not for romantic purposes,
No,
just
that's
maybe
the
you
thing.
need more friends, you need new friends, you've not seen your old friends for 6 months, but we haven't time for you to socialise with them,
No.
so you've got to make conversation with other people. That doesn't strike me as something that you would enjoy.
That's like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And when I got married, my wife did that. She like fantasized about the tables. And it's why I divorced her, because of that. But, 9 years later, but it built up. The anger built up.
It's like Richard Madeley with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It just builds and simmers, and in the end...
Exactly. Can't take it anymore. No, I think that is a route. And now that I'm divorced, also, I have friends that try to introduce me to guys. Not because they think I'm gay, but because they think I need more friends. Like, I will meet any woman. I love women, and I will meet them, even if there's no chance to have sex with them. I love talking to women. Yeah. So, yes, introduce me to a girl.
But guys...
They'll say, like, you should meet this guy. Why? Because he's cool. You would like him. And I want to murder them. I want to kill everybody involved. Why do I want to just meet some person?
I know. Arbitrary.
Yeah, just, you guys would really hit it off. Yeah, if I worked really hard, I could probably get squeeze a conversation out of that faggot.